Hey everybody, welcome to Workshop Wednesday. It's not a live feed tonight, but I will be posting it later on and available for comments and questions and general discussion. But it's Mom's birthday this week, so we're going to have dinner with her. Diving right in. This week's workshop, number 3, is individuality. Yes, you are perfectly unique and normal being yourself. This is a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. Most of my topics are, but this one especially because it reminds me a lot of my dad. He was the most unique individual I ever met, and we'll get into that a little bit more here in a minute. But I want to ask first, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as being an individual, or is it just a term that we throw around? I'm guilty of this myself. Oh, being unique, being an individual. They're wonderful terms, but I think they're overused. And what I mean by that is when we constantly try and convince ourselves and the rest of the world that we are our own unique individual, when we constantly use that verbiage to do it, I think it takes away from really understanding what makes ourselves so special. So when it comes to exploring and accepting and respecting who you are as a person, it's a challenge. It's a task, a mighty one at that. It's really difficult sometimes. And that's going to be the focus of the task for this week. I don't want to call them assignments, but, write down or take notes, however you do it, with, your phone, a journal, however you do it, and reach back out because I'd love to hear them. Think about what makes you a completely unique individual, your DNA for one. But think about the personality traits. How do you love? How do you need to be loved? How do you show respect? And how do you want respect shown back to you? These are all things that make up our own individual personalities. And when we start to understand, and especially, like I said, respect that, which is a task, it's a challenge. When we start that, we have our mind opened to understanding what makes others unique. And that's just, it blows my mind every time, you have a conversation with someone, and primarily someone you might disagree on a topic or two with. And when you come out of it, you may not have convinced the other person that your position is right, but there's a mutual respect and understanding. Those are great. Those are great conversations. And it really helps in those circumstances to see and hear their unique perspective and associate that with your perspective on it. It's really eye-opening. So my primary message this week is, in a world full of comparisons, be the contrast. In school we learned about compare and contrast and things like that. I think in our society we have focused, I'm guilty of this myself, we focus so much on the comparison. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this the way someone that I love would have done it? Am I doing this the way that, someone I don't particularly care for or respect would do it? And that alters how we behave, and that in general alters how we think, and sometimes strips us of that individual thinking. So when we start to compare ourselves to other people, other circumstances, it makes it very difficult to keep that door open to our individual thinking. And it kind of decreases our critical thinking. It kind of decreases how we think about solving our own problems, our own challenges, how we work through tasks, because we're constantly seeking either someone else's approval, or, like I used to do when I was younger, sometimes with my siblings, constantly trying to rile somebody up and make them, react. It's very, very important to understand you may not think the way somebody else does. You may not handle a situation somebody else does, and that's still completely normal. it's abnormal to be like anybody else. And I know that a lot of times we're taught things like that, but when you work at it, you know, you list things that make you individual, you really reflect on those. That helps you not only reflect within yourself, but it helps you exhibit those properties, you know, those traits towards other people. And your understanding of yourself and how special and unique you are thereby helps you understand how special and unique other people are. It really does open the mind. So we crave that comparison. I don't know why. I don't do psych so much. I just know that it's a very slippery slope, craving that comparison with other people, whether it's for justification or not. And it can be very damaging. So I'm trying to work on that myself. I hope you guys will journey through that with me. And just remember, in a world full of comparisons, be that contrast, because I think we'll all see that it really just opens your mind and opens your heart to helping you understand others. And it really works full circle. It'll help you understand yourself and other people. So hit me up with questions, with comments, anything like that. I will be available. I just wasn't able to go live tonight. So write down what you think makes you unique, what you know and understand. How do you solve problems in your own way? I'd love to hear them. If you don't want to post them on this page for public viewing, message me, get in touch with me. I would really, really like to open that up for discussion. So everybody have a great week. Reach out with anything you need, and I will see you next week for workshop number 4. Bye.